do you think Cole's doing now?
Cole's probably living his best life and pumping iron. I mean, I don't have him at it or anything. I don't really talk to him much, but he's still obviously been in the gym and been getting big. So
Yeah, I haven't heard of any of them for a while. I know
Yeah.
they just kind of, especially with that whole group over at John Paul II Catholic School, it was
the full government name is crazy.
yeah. I mean, just had to drop it. They don't know. I mean, what are they gonna know? JP2.
That's what I'm saying. We're next up at Original. If you don't know,
Yeah.
next up at a Beaver. Y'all just wait. No, I mean, it was actually funny. I was thinking about that the other day. It was like, you don't have the sense of community and the sense of knowing everybody at college like you did at JP2. Like in college, it's a little more difficult to kind of find people on your wavelength, which is why I think you and I have been really lucky to find a group of people that not only supports who I am, and it's like, oh yeah, you're cool, like my roommates, but they also are like, oh yeah, Peter's cool too. It's like wherever I go, you go.
Yeah.
No pun intended. Yeah, Peter signed the max contract, 2-year, $50 million max contract to go to Hugo.
That's right.
But I think that's one of the great parts about Charleston is, well, the college especially, is that we've found people who have helped us be ourselves and make new friends. And I think that was something that a lot of people get worried about when they get out of high school and go to college. Or like new friend group, new place, new tasks. It's like a whole different world. And I think it can throw a lot of people for a loop, and it's scary. But you and I have definitely had the luck to meet the people we've met, and hung around the people we've been friends with for the past couple of years,
yeah.
and I think that's a really good thing.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just it's a matter of being sort of like you said, really afraid, and it's totally scary. It's daunting to try to step out of your comfort zone and meet people and find your niche. And for a lot of kids, it's sort of trying to redevelop sort of their identity because you're well known, or maybe you're not known at all in high school, and
Yeah.
sometimes that might do a complete 180, or you might continue with that same identity, and
Yeah.
to try to change a little bit of who you are, or try to conform. Maybe sometimes that's something that a lot of kids do. But the greatest thing is that you see so much diversity in that way, and kids are coming with all of their different ideas and who they are.
Yeah.
And I think that's what makes college such an interesting experience, because no one's the same. And I think it's really good to see. I think it really makes people appreciate it more, because then as wonderful as it can be to find a good group of people, I think everyone just complements each other a little bit more. And I mean, that's one of the joys of college, not just time, learning time management and how to do things efficiently and be productive, but to meet new people and potentially network and make new friends for life. That's the most important thing.
Yeah, definitely. I think adding on to your point about people coming in with their ideas and their creativity, I think, the way we, this campus is a melting pot. I've never met two of the same people here since I've been here. And I know I make like, everyone dresses the same, everyone looks the same, whatever, but I've never actually met the two people who were almost exactly alike. Like in high school, you might have had one or two people that were, in a friend group and hung out with each other, or got a little, look like you like Nikola Jokic on the microphone, just pop it out.
Sorry, fellas. Oh, we're good.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But I think you made a great point. It's like, so many different people with so many different things. Like, I don't think we would have made friends with Tyler or Nate or Ellis, because I'm very loud. Tyler's a lot more quiet. I mean, and I did, I had some, friends like Grayson, or, people like Angus and Trey, and they're not super quiet, but they're not also like all over the place. They didn't really have a clique.
Yeah.
And I didn't either, so it was perfect in the way that we kind of meshed and blended together. And if it weren't for college, I wouldn't have gotten to meet different people or hear about their life experiences. And I think that is one of the really good things about college, is going away to a new place where you don't know, despite the fact that you might be a little anxious, a little scared, going into it. What was that? Oh. Going into it that you don't have a reputation, and you can build that. It can only go up.
Absolutely.
It can't ever go down, or you can't mess it up unless you do something stupid. But like, it can only go up because you're a new guy in a new place in a new town. That's all you can do. And as long as you keep improving and bettering your life and expanding your social circle, it's going to be a lot easier.
100%. I think it's the greatest, it's a double-edged sword, to be honest. Your greatest, strength and greatest weakness, is your personality. I mean,
Greatest weakness is my grades. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Mom, if you saw that or heard that,
I'm kidding.
you testify on that.
No.
But yeah, no, it's a double-edged sword. I mean, like I said, it's your greatest weakness and your greatest strength. Your personality is going to be embraced by some, and it's going to be rejected by others. But
Yeah.
the one thing that you should never do is you should never change your resolve, no matter what. You should never let it shake your resolve, because the most important thing is to stay true to yourself. And I think that's like you said, it's a melting pot, and college forces you to really embrace other people, regardless of how strange or peculiar their ideas or feelings about things may be,
Yeah.
But you feel a little bit more enlightened at the end, and it really makes you better off in the end, especially at a liberal arts institution like Charleston. So
Yeah, definitely. And I think, even with some of the icebreakers and stuff you do at like orientation, or like if you're in a Spanish class or an English, like, we're going to go around and get to know each other. Even if you're one of the people that dreads doing that, you know a little bit more about the people around you.
Oh yeah.
And it might just help you because, hey, I'm Jimmy, do you got the notes for today or something like that? It's just little connections that can make a big impact. If you miss, a class, can I get those notes? What are you doing? I mean, I've made some people who I've known from class, even because I just play rec ball. But some of those guys I started hanging out with outside of basketball because I'm like, I can see, I can be friends with this guy because he's very down to earth, very similar. We'll go out for, a drink or two, but that's really a little connection can lead to a lot more opportunity, and I think that's a really good thing.
Oh yeah.
Especially because you mentioned time management. The lack of structure in college really helps you learn how to develop friendships. I think that's a big thing because you have to do it on your own. You're not always assigned lunch, same couple classes, same people. There's different classes, different people, different scenarios, and you have to go out and make that happen. You have to say, what am I going to do for this 12 to 2 p.m. chunk that I don't have class? Or what am I going to do this Friday night? Am I going to go to a bar? Am I going to, play ball and maybe, after ball, or, maybe invite a guy from a rugby team, out for a drink?
Yeah.
It's all about thinking, what can I do to, create a new friendship?
Yeah.
Or maybe find out more about someone I've been seeing all day, every day, and I barely know the guy's name.
Yeah.
So it can be something like that too.
Totally. It's also kind of funny. I feel like college, you eventually, you sort of hear so many other things. I mean, like diversity, not only in, just life experiences and choices, and majors, but, just it kind of popped into my head. You think about everyone's different taste in music. I mean, talk about melting pot. Everything is so different. I mean, you hear people driving across the street and they're blaring 21 Savage, or, you hear They Not Like Us, in the cars, and I mean, blasting, or you hear, you hear like Katy Perry or something, and you hear Firework, on the radio, and
I've heard some rock out of a Jeep before. And like this guy had a truck, and there were like 8 people in it, and they were bumping. I can't remember what song it was, but it was like a hard rock song.
Speaking of hard rock, there was this guy, I was walking back from class one day, grown man too, not even a kid, and this guy was just coughing uncontrollably. I mean, like,
Oh no.
blasting "Fool in the Rain" by Led Zeppelin.
We got monkeypox.